speak to them. But again,
Yo,
I think he's coming back.
yeah.
Yeah, his internet quit, so he's coming back.
Maybe we can get GBP back.
You're big Sal. Sal, you're me. Stevie, you're popping on. Me, I'm me. Or I mean
John
Stevie.
Law.
All
All right.
where the fuck is my... Pop it on left. Said enough's enough.
Yeah, because his sound went out right after you left.
Yeah.
He went silent, and he was talking. Though he was talking up a fucking storm.
Okay, listen, he doesn't listen to this. So who really was when he said, when I time travel or I have some sort of technology, the world changing? No, I'm saying who's like thinking that's really what you're fucking gonna do? Like that's what you're gonna do?
You know
like,
what it is?
Like, don't give this motherfucker 3 wishes because he'll want to be on 3 pay-per-views in a row. That'll be.
This is when you try to talk to people and you get the fun stuff and then you get the other stuff, like the people who are really they take it seriously and you're like really you're really putting that much thought into it. GGP just went for the fun. That's all. I understand what he did.
What happened?
Nothing. We're just discussing your horrible choices.
What's my horrible choices?
I'm not going to crucify him for that.
What choices?
Your awful idea to go back and work for Crockett if you got a time
working
machine.
badass Bobby Bass up in
He didn't want to work
Stampede.
for Crockett. He wanted to work for fucking like Eric Embry in Texas.
Fuck out of here. Well, yeah, I'm gonna work for Nick Doulis.
he wanted a trial match at the Sportatorium.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, man! I say one thing and you guys stretch it into a
No,
fucking.
you
no, I was actually defending you, you piece of shit.
Thank you.
I was trying to tell you, trying to say you were trying to be fun. You're trying to be entertaining.
Thank you.
You know, you don't really think about this. You're more of a grounded fella.
No, I'm not.
So
I'm not
Stevie's
buying
more
it
of a
because
flat
I'm
earth
being
guy.
made fun of for saving the president and staying. No, I'm saying I'm saving the president of the United States, and then as full disclosure is about to happen, as we were going to actually go back to a gold-based system, the world would have completely changed. You motherfuckers are welcome, okay? I try, and everybody out there.
Versus Nick Bockwinkel Jr.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so after I save the president, I can go to the Sportatorium since we're in Dallas, Texas anyway, and I can watch him versus Fritz von Erich.
Stevie, look at the president and tell him, "Come with me if you want to live."
You could do the. I hope Waldo runs in and you make the most out of your opportunity. Waldo von Erich.
Oh, y'all.
GGP would go back and stretch Frank Gotch.
That's right.
We got a little time left. Anybody got anything else they kind of want to put in with Bermuda Triangle, man, just to see if you're a numbers guy or go like, dude, the amount of lives that have been lost, not just like, oh, we smashed our ship up, we were saved. Like where the fuck did everything go? There was no call for help. Like the strangeness of that makes this anomaly stick out to me. You know, I understand if it's 1918 and you're dealing with some archaic technology, but we're talking 2017 here, 2015 with the real big last tragedy there. And, you know, they at least found the boat sticking straight up that way. That almost doesn't seem right to me either, doesn't it? Like almost like if you were to take a pin and put it on top of a magnet, can you get it to stand straight up? Is the magnetic pull there that much it can make a ship stand straight up and down underwater 15,000 feet under? No? You guys hear me or no?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I got you, dude.
All right.
No, it is a strange anomaly where something goes missing and then it's found unscathed, upright position.
No crew, nobody wants help, no bodies floating.
15,000 feet in the ocean on the bottom of the floor.
Yeah, that's almost 3 miles down, right? So like that's no small feat to keep it like that. It seemed, unless I just don't know. And there was another guy's ship who supposedly, not ship, but this is more of like a mini yacht for a dude who's just got money. It's supposedly unsinkable. There's some type of flotation device in the hull, so even if it fills with water, the peak of the nose of the ship would be sticking out of the water. And he actually got the call out to get towed back from the Coast Guard. And by the time they got there, there was no sign of the ship, nobody in the water. They had flare guns. They had, life preservers and flotational seating on the thing. And the whole boat was gone, and they're gone too. This is within an hour of 2 hours of the distress call.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
What was the eye roll, Stevie? What happened?
Oh, I mean, wrestling's awesome. Wrestling translates into everything.
It's okay if Stevie can mention Bobo Brazil, but you and I, we get.
I don't bring up wrestling first. You just everything.
You did. No one said anything about
everything. Is like, listen, everything is like. I know you're very excited about wrestling.
Wrestling like you are with Flat Earth, my friend. You're just in the closet. You're denying it.
Not Slender Man was funny. So.
Yeah. I leave my phone on. I'm not even going to leave it on silent. When you do go to WWE, I'll be taking calls all night. Don't worry. You'll be giving them me.
Papa Dunn will show up at 6:09. He's going to look haggard and worn.
He'll be the reason Stevie changes the "you can email me" policy from StevieRichardsFitness.com. It's like, no more can people email me. I've had enough.
Since we got more time and we have nothing to talk about with these vortexes because Bobo Brazil squashed it like a Saturday morning jobber match. Let's go back to the emails and let's send some emails. This way we're not bombarded with them next week.
All right. I'm down with you guys.
Show a little respect, GGP.
Yeah, I know.
RESPICT,
yeah.
Right? That's how Al Sharpton spells it. That's how he spells it. His good friend, Aretha Franklin. RESPICT.
The Aretha rapper Franklin.
Aretha Franklin. RESPICT.
All right. Here we go. From Mike Camiria. Hello, Horseman. Follow up on /best creature. You asked me last week to provide information about the medium I went to, but unfortunately Ben was correct when he said about the time frame, as I saw her about 8 years ago, and she has since moved away, so I have no idea how to contact her. Oh, shit. I don't know if you guys remember this one or not. Your instincts were also correct, Ben, as I live in a small town in Wales, UK, and we still have payphones. The whole point of using it was so I couldn't be traced and have my information looked up beforehand. I've been guilty of the last few weeks of writing long emails, so I'll just keep this short. Out of all the mythological creatures that have ever been reported, which do you think is the most likely to have existed, and which one would you like to exist? My picks are the Loch Ness Monster and the Kraken. Thanks, guys. GGP, which ones do you believe? Which one do you believe exists or existed, and which one do you want to exist?
No, I'm sorry. He's guys. I got lost in the email. He says what creatures, mythological creatures, exist?
Yeah. Yep.
Definitely the Kraken. I can definitely see the Kraken. They found large squid when they, So I can definitely believe that definitely exists. What do I want to exist? Unicorns, so the New Day can ride them into the arena.
Damn it. Stevie?
Oh, I don't know. He took my answer. What do I think exists? I think definitely Bigfoot exists, or some sort of missing link out there, especially with the forest and not being explored. I mean, you think about it, 5% of the oceans that have only been explored. So we have 95%. So Papadon has a point with the Kraken or any other giant sea creature.
Sure.
But also our national forests, the wooded areas, even though you think they're cutting down trees left and right, there's a lot of stuff. Even where you go hunting, Ben, it has to feel like you're there, and it's forever.
Oh, it's big woods, dude. If the sun goes down, you're in, out there. For me, it's playground because I grew up there. But, dude, if I was to drag one of you guys out of your element and the sun goes down and you're like, how the fuck do I get out of here? Guess what? Search party's coming for you because you're going to be out there for about 2 days, before you walk your way out.
But I mean, that's a small compared to a park or whatever,
absolutely.
A small area. So I would say that. What I would wish would, God, I can't even think about that. I don't know, maybe the Terminator.
What? That's a movie, dude. Why? Because you can save JFK?
Is it or
so it's
isn't
fucking Clash of the Titans. It's a movie on the Kraken. I don't know what creature. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, maybe like I don't really. A giant domesticated cat from Egypt would be cool. Like that would be cool.
Did they have them like the size of a dog? Were
like a big baby?
Yeah. They had like panthers domesticated and shit. Fuck.
I don't know.
Sally, what do you want?
Kraken's a shoot. Really happened. Dragons.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Winner,
good.
winner, dragon dinner. Good job.
I'm definitely in Camp Bigfoot. I think they do exist, and they have been found in kayfabe. And I want giants to be the real thing that is
Why you saying no for?
information is released on.
They're
Man,
coming for sale. That's why.
that's why.
Sal's gonna hold Giant's pocket.
Yeah,
Make him walk around.
I've seen too much with dragons of how they can fuck us all over in a second. Not that a giant with a spear couldn't, but I don't know. I feel like I have a way with giants. I'll be a lot better off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pal. Yeah.
From Brock Wilbur, a gender neutral message. Hey, Horseman, I'll keep it short so I don't piss off Ben. And I'm stoned and I get easily sidetracked. Reading that Jimmy Bennett came forward with the claims that he was sexually assaulted by Asia Argento when he was 17, Bourdain's girlfriend, and one of the first to come out about Weinstein. Do you feel that this discredits your statement on assault by Weinstein? Also, if found to be true, do you think that it has any effect on ruling in the Weinstein case? Thanks for all the work, guys. Ya Allah. No. I don't think it has any effect
No to
on
what?
First of all, it doesn't have any ruling on the Weinstein case.
Yeah.
She's a piece of shit. This hurts the Me Too movement. Doesn't really affect the Weinstein case. They can dismiss her. There's still fucking 45 other broads out there who's gonna, even the ones that are they're coming up and they're getting discredited almost the same night. Oh, they're like, oh, he did this, and they're like, yeah, except we have emails that you met his mother. You guys were dating for 3 years, just like Rose McGowan. She was in a relationship with him. She shut her mouth too, and she's backed off because Asia Argento is going to get the next fucking round of ass fucking whenever they start throwing this kid out.
Yeah, well, that's probably part of his insurance policy to make sure when it comes down on him, oh, you want to see it? I'll fucking send that domino in that direction too and take out everybody that way. Otherwise, you're going to shut the fuck up. And isn't it true that most people who are abused become abusers themselves as well too?
Cycle.
So yeah, that could be the pass on of it.
Yeah. So
That explains Stevie's big leaguing.
Yeah. Yeah. Stevie, what do you think?
Well, let's not forget about Anthony Bourdain and her connection to him and the shadiness of all that stuff. It was she's not really exactly. I mean, I think we're going to see her at WrestleMania one year. She's not exactly your up and up ethical citizen. She's she's pretty shady with that stuff.
She's SmackDown GM material, is what I'm thinking.
Well, possibly, but you know for a fact that she lied. I mean, she absolutely fucking lied about this kid.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, so what? He wanted it. Like, kind of, like what?
Yeah.
And
then they'll throw it out. And they'll say, oh, it's in Italy. So that's cool. In Italy, you're allowed to do shit like that.
Yeah, but life just went on after that. You literally lied, and now you're expected to have – I mean, this could have been something – and the reason why probably is because if they really put a lot of spotlight on it, there'd be no case against Harvey Weinstein in the court of public opinion because now that cancels it out in people's minds, not the courts, but in people's minds.
But now the thing is, Weinstein's case is still there. She's still – fucked, and they're gonna, even if they threw out everything she said, she never said shit until Weinstein got taken down, until he could not help her anymore in her business. Then her and Rose McGowan came out and were like, well, he also did it to me. Why didn't you say this shit years ago? Because he was still able to do something for you. The minute he lost his power, was removed from his seat, then who stepped up? The two fucking idiot superheroes, Butch haircut and fucking tattoos McGinty. So what the fuck did they do? Then they showed up and they said, oh, yeah, we're part of this movement. Now, where are they? They're nowhere near the fucking movement because they're cancer to this fucking movement that's already, going down like a plane in the Bermuda.
I'll tell you what, though, dude, one of my favorite programs ever was, GGP versus Kerry Von Erich back in Amarillo. And with
you know what?
Texas with Tattoos McGinty as special ref. Oh shit. Let's see here. Titanic from Chris Pahakis. Hey guys, first off, I love listening to your show. Discovered you on the first Raw review with Russo and been a listener ever since. I reviewed older episodes, but I don't recall ever hearing anything about the Titanic. I have a friend who just told me that if you look at the pictures while it was docked just before the journey across the Atlantic, that there you can tell there's about 40 feet on the side of the ship that had been welded. He says it's because a boiler blew weeks before and that the White Star didn't want to lose money on ticket sales, so they patched it, sent it out to sea anyway. I've never heard this theory before, and I was curious if any of you have heard it before or heard any other conspiracies regarding the Titanic. Thanks, Chris. I had heard that before, and I actually it slipped my mind, and I wouldn't doubt it. Greed trumps all at the end of the day, and they're going to put a Band-Aid on a broken leg and hope for the best. So I can see some guy on the dock going, well, that's what fucking insurance is for. Right? At that point.
I heard that too, and there's another conspiracy theory that kind of intertwines with the Titanic, that there were certain people that were able to block the formation of Federal Reserve. And they were on the Titanic, and that supposedly the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds had the ship sunk so these people can die, so they can get the Federal Reserve going.
Not on my watch.
No, not with time travel, Stevie.
I'd go save them. I got two. You got 4 matches out of your 3 genie bottle or whatever.
Yeah, I was champ. You didn't say. NWA doesn't recognize one of my title victories over Ric Flair and Harley Race, dude. Out of your mind.
Show some respect, you concept.
I know.
I
would actually. I would go back.
The business is dead.
Listen, if it wasn't the Greeks, there wouldn't be no business. What would you be doing right now?
What I'd be doing right now?
You wouldn't be playing Fire Pro because there'd be no wrestling.
And on that one, on Stevie's Twitch.
Wrestling, screeching halt, thank you.
Hey, Horseman, I'm a big fan. I've been listening since Disco Inferno put you on the disco list. You guys helped me get through my job as a delivery driver. I appreciate the thought-provoking content. I was wondering if Stevie takes fan challenges in Madden, as I would like to bury him. On a more serious note, what did you guys think about other life forms, specifically that bushes belong to this reptile-like species that inhabit the core of the earth? It's totally ludicrous, but would like your thoughts on the matter sent from my iPhone. Well, Kev, it's interesting, man. There's plenty of strange footage, of kind of the face behind the face, shape-shift stuff that could be doctored. And we want to take this all the way to JFK with his father. We can take it all the way to Antarctica with supposed, secret alien bases that way, to the Denver airport where they're making ribs about it on marketing materials.
Not the McRib.
What's that?
Not the McRib.
Not the McRib. Doing satire to condition the Nancy Browns, because why would they spend all that money on 4 workers going through Denver going, that's fucking funny. I don't know, man. Is there some type of race that we're working with? Supposedly there's 7 or 8 primary alien races that we've broken down, from the small grays, the tall whites, the avians, the Anunnaki, the Nordics, and the reptilians as well. There's also stooge reports from ex-military that talk about them, and gunfights and firefights and things like that. So I don't think any of us have chosen a camp like David Icke saying that reptilians are real, but that's really where all of us early on in our awakening, when he was ostracized in the 90s and was kind of a rib, whatever. And Stevie has said this every day. Alex Jones and David Icke are proven more and more correct every day. So is there the possibilities of a stooge report? It's an easy laugh-off thing, but it's definitely probable and possible. What do you think, Stevie?
I think the one part about what Ike says that people can probably get behind is there seems to be the element of empathy missing from these people. That's a universal thing.
Right.
When you talk about the people in the elite, these politicians, how can they, we as people with empathy and sympathy for humanity, can't imagine 3,000 people dying on one day. The guilt would kill us. But to them, it's that pipeline. There's a disconnect on how they can relate to people, to human beings, to people. It's not just the money; And that's where Ike talks about the reptilian brain, because it's very cold. It lacks that empathy to do that. So if you think about it that way, it actually does make a lot of sense, unless there are just that many evil human beings on the planet. No matter what, we're in trouble. Whichever theory is correct.
A lot of people thought he was just using that as a word to, demonize Jews as a whole in Israel. But then it was like, no, this is really going on. There is an alien invasion that has infiltrated this new world order, and they're the ones actually calling the shots. What do you think, Sal?
I don't think that the Bushes are reptilians.
They'd be smarter.
Yeah, well, exactly. No, I believe that fully. I don't think anybody who we see on TV are reptilians. I don't feel like they have that. I don't feel like they have it down enough to do that. Reptilians exist? I'd say yes. I don't think they're on TV. I don't think, no matter what you show me on YouTube, I don't think somebody's digitized eye is a reptilian eye poking out.
All the shapeshifter things, you think they're all phony?
Well, not phony. I think it's just noise. It's digital noise. I don't think it's the newscaster is actually shifting. No, she's not, dude. It's digital
How about
noise.
the Angela Merkel one is interesting. That's the last one I just saw.
They're all interesting. It's all fun to watch. But again, I don't feel like they're in a position of, let's put them in front of a camera. They're smart enough to not. You don't need to be in front of the camera to get the fucking power and put that shit over. So let these other assholes, let the fucking George Bushes and let the Donald Trumps, let all these guys sit in front of the camera and do whatever they're going to do. You got it covered from way in the back. You ain't got to get nowhere near the front line, dude. So they're fine with it. I don't think any of them are on TV.
Right on. So yes, believe, but yes, no, but no, the Bushes. What do you think, GGP?
Right.
Sal, how many reptilians work at CERN with you in the PR department?
You know what? I had to sign a disclosure. I'm not allowed to speak about that.
I don't know. As far as them being shape-shifting reptilians, I don't really believe in that. Do I believe that there could be some reptilian alien species in the, hanging out here on Earth, working with the government? Yeah. I think it's very coincidental that supposedly every president is picked by the quote-unquote shadow government, cabal, Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, before they're elected. And it's also very coincidental and uncanny that all the presidents are related to each other in some shape, form, or fashion. They're all related. So there has to be some kind of blood tie connection as well. Some little girl actually traced all the lineage, some kind of king in England from back in the day. Even Obama is related to Bush. They're like 19th cousins or something like that to some kind of extent. So maybe they have some reptilian DNA in them. Maybe they're part of that RH club that we were talking about, that special blood type. That could be something where it's a prerequisite in order for them to be part of the agenda. But that sounds more fathomable. That's not even a word. More compatible than believable than some V scenario, where the alien is shape-shifting or has a holographic projection of a human and we can't tell the difference. I don't think that's the case.
Why is it so hard to believe in some form or fashion that we've had this contact that's connected to the government? We've already talked about how the Nazis really didn't lose the war if we look at ideologies and the long game, not just the front assault, like Sal said. Why can't they? There's got to be people within the population, especially media. I would think they would want to infiltrate that, because that's the most powerful form of mind control with Operation Mockingbird and everything. Why wouldn't they want to do that? And They Live is one of those movies that just is calling stuff way ahead.
It's a documentary. Yeah, it's a documentary.
Everything, 100% of the things that we see today that we can see has pretty much come true.
Well, you're saying if it's a documentary, then those people, then legit, there are shape-shifting aliens mixed in with our society.
Yeah, but I'm not saying a literal scenario where they're shapeshifters. Like I said, they could.
We have literal drones. The drones were in They Live. The government, the politics, the money, the elite, the Illuminati, so to say. These things are all
Well, I'm not saying.
I don't-
I'm not saying. I'm not putting my foot down saying, man, it's preposterous. I'm not saying that. Do I believe that President Bush was an alien or a reptilian? No. Do I believe that the majority of the presidents are reptilians? No, I don't believe any of the presidents were reptilians. Do I believe that they may have some kind of lineage connection where they're from a certain bloodline that's draconian? You know, sure, that could be very well, some kind of hybrid bloodline, sure. But, I don't really think there's people because I mean, I don't know, man. The way I look at it, if Cosby math, if 1% is true, then 100% is true, then how come no one has been able to break the matrix and show them for who they really are?
Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think it's as sexy
YouTube,
as. I don't think it's as
YouTube,
sexy
those are all-
as X-Men with what's her name there,
Mystique.
Mystique. That's just they can flip it like that. I think it's definitely a trait for them to try and hold on and have to like really focus to be able to do that, to not be exposed. And it's usually some type of question that sets them off where they have an emotional response where you can see it's distracted and the veil usually drops in all those YouTube videos for even a second. And, it's just about the numbers of it. For me, the more probable and possible is the history of, you look at a lot of this South American ancient alien evidence and everything that's depicted, they look like dragon-faced, you know what I mean? More alien, and the ships that they made that were perfectly balanced. I mean, all that stuff's on ancient alien theory, but like, if it goes back that way, and then there's plenty of Native Americans talking about shapeshifters, right? And if you apply some of the folklore to that, go ahead, Stevie.
No, I didn't want to cut you off. I'm just raising my hand for you.
Okay.
Well, if they're treating us, say we're the ant farm, say we're basically quarantined. That's one of the words that a lot of people use with conspiracy theories about aliens and talking about this whole United Federation that they have out there and the Galactic Federation. Wouldn't you want somebody to be like our farmers, our shepherds, the people that the babysitters, the people that kind of guide us? They don't want us to get too far ahead. And I'm convinced right now, so much has been thrown in our faces to wake us up. Not just our faces, I mean the general public of the entire work of mainstream media, the way the government is, how much the lies, the money, the extortion, everything. I think if somebody was exposed on TV and you could see that they were an alien, they would just say it was whatever they would say, and people would just go on with their lives and just say, "Are you Democrat or Republican?" That would be.
Yeah.
I just feel like for you guys to just say that we're so controlled. What was that thing? Billy Ray said it on Infinite Fringe. I forget who the guest was. It was from a week or two ago. We are not free. We are free range. We're like free range chickens.
Yeah.
We're in the prison to do whatever our farmers want to do.
Yep.
We're not free.
So do you believe in that whole prison planet theory? That this is a big prison for the humans and we were brought here because of our warlike nature, and until we learn to coexist with one another, that we're not allowed to sit at the adult table?
If it is true, we're nowhere close to it. I would say we're being held back from the next level of enlightenment, or many levels of enlightenment. We're being held back from knowledge. We're being held back from energy, from technology, from everything. Even if it's not extraterrestrial, we are being held down into almost like a caveman-like culture. Because look at we're in a fucking holy war that's going on right now worldwide. It's crazy. That shit fucking should have been over with hundreds of years ago, if not thousands of years ago. But we're right back where we started.
Yeah, because it all has to do because they put so much emphasis on money and greed and religion. And religion, all it is a point of view. It's one big giant social media war about snowflakes fighting somebody else because they don't agree with my topic. So I'm going to get all mad and go yell at you or fight with you because you don't agree with my version of.
Well, that's the thing. It's not about proving your topic lesser. It's now attacking you to discredit you altogether. So what you could have said could be 100% true. You can say, I have definitive proof that the Bushes are reptiles. I literally have a picture, and I have a piece of fucking that George Washington looking bitch's skin, Barbara. So they'd say, great, but GGP, you know what he did? At one time he fucked an Asian hooker and he didn't pay her. Oh, that son of a bitch. That's all they're going to do is just discredit you. It has nothing to do with what you're proving. It has to do with that. It just has to do with the fact that you are now no longer credible.
Incredible. Not
Or
just-
credible.
Well, that's what I'm saying though, isn't
I
it?
feel like that's incredible.
You talk about trolling. You talk about them doing things as jokes on posters and stuff. Vince did it all the time to the talent. You don't think these people that are powerful, have all the money in the world, whether they're reptilian or not, are sitting there going, we'll get you to fight with you, get them together.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a big chessboard. So you don't think there's an alien race that could possibly, in that vein, that would want that kind of power and control to just play The Sims with people all around the earth?
But again, this is the situation of they do, but they don't need to be up front. They don't need to be right there. They don't need to be behind you to control you. They need to sit and make a law in Atlanta that affects your life. So now they don't have to be right behind you going, Stevie, do this. Go, dude. Do it. They don't need to. They can control you other ways. And now the guy from the next town over is like, well, fuck, he got this. Oh man, he's got that whole neighborhood. I got to get this neighborhood now and be bigger than him and have a little bit more control and show. And then they start doing the fucked up Vince stuff where they're like, watch, I bet you I can get my neighborhood to riot first. Look, I bet you I can get my my taxes up better. Watch, let's see who is first. We'll see who, and they'll start throwing shit back and forth. They don't ever have to even be in the state. They can just get reports from their necks up.
So it's almost like Stevie making people post things on the internet to catch heat.
That's it.
It's exactly like that. However,
Especially the reptile part, right?
right. Like I said, it's a situation where, again, if you watch they live. I feel like the aliens were like on the ground. Those were boots on the ground guys.
Yeah.
Like V, if you watch V, the big thing about V, that was such a comparison to the Nazis. But V landed, you had the landing ships, and the big crafts were overhead. They didn't have to keep sending down tons of dudes because they had all the fucking people who flipped and the people who sympathizers and the
Right.
people who just went along with it. They didn't need to keep Diana didn't have to be down there. And as anybody who watched V, this is, you're going to follow along. So Diana didn't have to be on the ground with that other jerk off. But the fact was, you had the people who were just like, well, we're going to, for our new scaly overlords, all right, we're good.
Stockholm
And it was
syndrome.
Well, not even that. It was just a point of like when the Nazis, how many, and you don't hear about this a lot, but how many Jews turned on their friends who were like, no, those guys are good. We're fine.
Yeah, it's called George Soros.
Yeah. One.
I'm just saying, if this is true, if this would be the case, you guys are maybe we could be entertainment for them. It could be something where if you want something done right, if this project, if this little tranium that we're running here, this little ant farm, we need people that are going to deliver the lines of the script. We need the actors, which are the politicians. We need the people in front of the camera that are going to get the message out, so these stupid little meat puppets don't fuck it up. That's the kind of perspective I see it from. They're not saying they have millions of people in among the citizens, but you can strategically put people at mainstream media goes all over, politics goes all over, and if they get a new world order, they'll have that streamlined more than ever.
2 words: Hail Hydra.
Sir. Last one. Here we go. Another possible Mandela effect from Joy Lamia. Hey, Horseman. I'm pretty sure my wife and I might have discovered a Mandela effect. We were looking up kids' songs on YouTube for our toddler son to watch. We picked Skiddamerenk. My wife and I remember the song from when we were little kids. We both remember the same version because it ends a kid's show. The show is Sharon Lois and Bram's Elephant Show.
Elephant Show.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know it's the right show because that's not what the name, but that's not what the name was. Do you guys possibly know this show and what it was called? It's driving
It's called
me.
The Elephant Show.
It's called, yeah, it is. It was called Sharon Lois and Bram's Elephant Show. Thanks, your woken friend, Joy Lamia. P.S. I've noticed some changes with Lamb Chop's Play Along and Mr. Rogers, too. Why does the Mandela Effect have to ruin my childhood memories? Because somebody's going back in time to work the Texas territory, and that's when you were a kid.
Or
and-
to save the president.
yeah, and that's how it is. I know this song all too well, unfortunately, because it was when my brother and cousins were growing up, and I wanted to smash their faces in every time they would sing it. It was so terrible. But
How does he spell his last name, by the way?
Who?
Lamia.
Really? And Papadon, that means nothing to you?
I didn't hear a word you're saying. What did you
Joel.
say? Lamia?
Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay, are we good? All right.
Yes.
So Lamia, however you want to say it. Nothing.
Something
Pick
Greek.
up a book, I dare you. It's a Greek mythology creature. She wound up becoming a monster who ate her fucking children.
Yeah.
Oh, all the fucking mythology people ate their fucking
you're
children.
the shits. Fucking awful.
Fucking Titan ate his fucking kids too, and Zeus came out of his stomach.
Yeah.
Cronus.
Say Cronus, right?
And he fucking collected
Oh,
retard chips.
I'll have to watch it. So I'm not sure if he's saying it's not called that anymore. The Sharon Lois and Bram Elephant Show.
Yep. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was called too.
Well, listen, guys, if you guys find the Mandela effect out there and you incorporate it into your email, give us the before and the after
Yeah.
so we can see.
Well, maybe he might have legit be asking a question like he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Was Amelia Earhart at this Manila effect? When she says-
Who says Mandela effect? Who says that?
Manila wafers. Did that? But we did find Tutankhamun. That wasn't really anything I've seen out there. The other one, because I looked up King Tut Mandela, was that his crown had moved right on the bust from where
Moved.
people. What's that?
His crown moved?
Right. Is that what it was?
I thought it was
No.
just one
Was
snake.
that
Now
the
it's a
fucking
snake and an
bullshit
eagle.
No, it's like
Oh,
the
it's got
bullshit
two
eagle.
things on it.
It has two things
no.
on it now, a snake and an eagle. I used to
That-
think it was just a snake.
It was just the snake. It was just the snake. So all of them have two gimmicks on there now, and that was so he's already been fucked with once, and then the name to be tampered with. I can't think of anything else except for Houston. We've had a problem. Going back to Houston, we have a problem.
I have a problem.
We know that changed, but then changed back. This would be all right. Now we look at it, and the bird's not there anymore, or something, So it's very interesting that if you're talking about the part of this where someone goes back and changes history, if CERN or whoever was trying to open up some way to time travel, it seems like they'd probably want to go to some time in Egypt when people say that might have been reptilians there actually as the pharaohs, right? And the Anunnaki as well. I mean, we see and the avians, we see all these hieroglyphs of bird-like humans and dog-like humans, right? And all that possibly. So who's to say it's not part of what they went and back messed with? Now, Sharon Lois and Bram's Elephant Show, kind of on a different scale, but we do see plenty of differences in TV shows because Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, that song changed as well. His opening
Yeah, it was
song.
a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yeah, and now it's this neighborhood. And, you can go back and check out our Mandela Effect shows, some of our favorite ones. But this is one I definitely want to shake up my brother and cousins with just because they used to torture me with it. Now it's time for some fucking payback.
I wonder what the Lamb Chop song he's talking. Is it the song that doesn't end? Is that
That's
what changed?
that's. Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe it ends now. Who knows?
It just stopped.
Stevie went back in time and took the record off. The fucking
Finally,
record.
yeah, that was the best thing he did with
He
his
pulled
fourth
that
wish.
sock off her hand. He said, "You fucking." Stevie kicked her.
Stevie,
Stop doing
give
the
us your
fucking
best
voice.
version of the Skiddamerenk song, please.
I don't even know what you're talking about. This has not existed in my world.
Sal?
So I don't know. Is it a Manila effect for me? Or?
Yeah.
It is.
No
It's a
one said
melanoma
Manila
effect for you.
effect. It's
Yeah.
melanoma. That's exactly what it is.
Buck Melanoma, Molly Warts Russell's cousin there.
Come on, sing the song, Sal. Can you sing the song as HBK?
understand this HBK thing.
You know exactly what it is. You kayfabing prick.
No,
He's already got me blocked on Twitter. You might as well do it.
does he really?
Yeah. I invited him to come
He
hunting.
blocked me for more than that.
Yeah.
But then I'm reading the notes in here, and everybody's saying that the Skiddamerenk, it was called Skiddamerenk TV. I'd never heard of that.
I mean, that's what it's called
Only
now,
heard the
right?
Elephant Show.
Possibly.
Sharon Lois and Bram. The
Yeah,
Elephant
it
Show.
was
That's the
Sharon
only
Lois
name.
and Bram's Elephant Show. That's exactly what it was called.
What?
It wasn't called
No,
Skiddamerenk
it's
TV.
just the Facebook message. Did a little inside thing because Arian and me share terrible things with each other over text messages, just funny, stupid shit. And I made him actually sign and accept liability via text message so I could send him the picture. So there.
Excellent.
Sorry, guys. That's
Way to
off
be
the air
professional.
stuff.
Good job.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
So,
Would you like to go back to TNA? Would you go back in time to 2005?
Yeah, so I can get TNA. Sure, why not?
Sure.
Just so I can get into WWE right now.
Yeah,
Instead of having doing it the right way or the hard way.
Don't stop election fraud or anything. Just go back to the Slammiversary.
Yeah, change the finish on the main. Fucking. Oh shit! But yeah, man. I think they very well
Every
could
time
be.
he looks to the left, he's mad at me. Back and to the left.
Back.
And to the left. It's mad.
Yeah, right.
I don't remember the show being
I
called
can never
that.
be mad at you, Stevie. I love you, man.
Love you too, Pop.
I don't remember it being called Skiddamerenk Hour.
No, it's horseshit.
No. So that'll be definitely something to look into. Definitely, guys, because we hadn't seen many Mandela effects for a while there, and now it seems like some new ones are creeping up out of nowhere. So pretty interesting. Anybody else, anything they want to wrap up from Mailbag or from Vortexes and Bermuda Triangle?
No, this is a true story. At the end of every episode, I do get from CERN.
Yeah.
Every episode, I'm not even fucking kidding.
What do you get?
And it's not even anything to share because
DM
like it's
from
not
CERN.
really. It's interesting. It's like innovative, or initiative will fund detection and imaging innovation, and it talks about new shit they've invented. So like it's not even worth like bringing up at the end of the show. But like this, I'm just like I've realized that for the past 5 shows, the end of every show, usually at the wrap up at the end of our show, I get a tweet from them.
They want you to put them over. That's why.
I have to try,
Just looking through tweets here. A lot of good stuff tonight. It's been a long week already, but we got more shows coming for you guys. The new episode of the Horror Junkyard is out, doing really well. Whole platform's doing well, you guys. I mean, we're almost up. I'd probably say 25% in listenership in the past month. So I just want to thank all the producers again out there, all the guys who went to All In and had a good time out there, not touching any titties, and it was
like the priest on Ariana Grande.
Yeah. We're happy to sit back here and watch it for what we did. New Russo brand stuff's out as well, so check that out with me and Stevie. Good Master Shoot Theater this week with Vince just walking around Titan Towers having to babysit people's kids while nobody else is working on Labor Day.
Damn it.
And
Whose kids are these?
and obviously all of our regular shows that you know and love. Impact Attack with Big Ray, Infinite Fringe 3-part episode while Billy Ray takes a little time off here. So he with Ole Damagard, some really great stuff there. You guys, Crow's doing some very cool stuff. He's going to do stuff on cymatics, I think, here next. Changing geographies and shapes through frequency and tonal stuff, so that'd be pretty cool. And Stevie and I'll do the Friday locker room. Hopefully he's up to it tomorrow morning. So
He might not be here. He might be saving JFK's life.
yeah,
so.
he could be going back in time. GGP, let him know what's going on, man. I want to hear about you putting this beating on Disco Inferno's protege. I can't wait for this kid.
Well, first off, this Friday night I got a new booking. I'll be at BCW, whatever their show's name is in the Bronx. I don't know off the top of my head the name of the show, but come see GGP down in the Bronx. On the 15th, I will be in Deer Park for USA Pro's 25th anniversary show, where I will be smacking around Francisco Ciazzo, who's Disco Inferno's laundry boy. So That's that. On the 22nd, I'll be in Florida at Ronin Pro Wrestling in a 4-way match against Alex Chamberlain, Mike Orlando, and Mick Drake for the Ronin Championship. Sunday, the next day, I'll be in California for Bumps and Bruises, where I'll be bitch smacking that little twink, Douglas James. And if his little boy toy goof troop, Blake Troop, UFC wannabe pro wrestler wants to step in my face, I'll smack him around too. You know, you have to earn your keep in this business before you can open up your mouth, kid. So that's that. And then the 29th, I'll be at NYWC. Don't know who else I'm kicking that night. Doesn't matter. But I will be entertaining the masses and stealing the show like only GGP can.
Nice.
Oh, so by the way, quick question about the ley lines.
Yeah.
Right. Since maps are incorrect with the geographical aspects, meaning that some places are smaller than others, the way they're presented on the maps, are the ley lines incorrect? I wanted to ask you that.
That's pretty interesting too. And is the actual Bermuda Triangle that triangle shape? It's interesting. You have to really put your faith in one camp of operant conditioning, don't you, of global Earth? And even though we know and have been told that land masses aren't proportionate, that's interesting. That's a good point. And something I definitely should have probably put up there as like a gate to run information through to start with. Very good.
See, what happened is I went back in time and I was talking to Rodney Dangerfield before he did the Triple Indy, and he gave me that question, and I came back and presented it to you guys.
Just right off Twitter right here, Silver Beast Dusty says, Operation Paperclip and MK Ultra reference from Matt Stryker on Lucha El Rey tonight. My love for Lucha, my love for Conspiracy Horsemen slowly merging together. Heels over strong, y'all. So whatever you're beating, you put on Matt Stryker and, knock some Conspiracy Horseman sense into him.
There he goes. Social media, you guys can find me on Twitter at Greek God Papadon, YouTube channel at Greek God Papadon, Facebook, Demetrius Papadon, and Pro Wrestling T-Stores / Greek God Papadon.
Excellent, man. Sally, what's going down, bro? People are loving the horror junkyard, man. Two episodes in, they want more.
Thank you guys. That's like, honestly, I'm floored by the nice response I've gotten.
800 downloads first day.
Thank you guys. It's fucking awesome. We're doing tomorrow. We're gonna be filming, recording, whatever we're doing. Gonna get together and do whatever we're doing tomorrow. We're gonna get the new one out. We're trying to do it every 2 weeks, and I know we like the one, like literally the one we had a fucking curse. We had to put out like a little mini episode just to kind of let everybody know what was going on.
Sure.
Because of Larry Enger, that motherfucker, his curse that he's dropped on us. So, but yeah, we're gonna be recording tomorrow, so hopefully it'll be out. We'll send it to Ben, and then it'll be out within the next couple of weeks, whenever your schedule is. I don't know.
I'll put it on. I mean, it's just when I see it in there, like, oh shit. So whatever you guys want in the write up, put it in there, and let me know the title. I'll get it going. And
but thanks to everybody in the room. Thanks to people who aren't in the room, who may be listening to this later. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being really cool about this. This is a pet project. It's a love thing. So thank you guys. Thank you guys very much. I know Stevie doesn't listen because he doesn't like the topics.
He only likes those hot topics checks, but it's it definitely is tapping into a niche market that isn't my forte. So I'm glad to give you guys that space to run free range out here with the rest of us chickens, and but
dinosaurs.
Definitely, people are really enjoying that content, man, for sure.
Do it, Sal. Do it, please, for the fans at home.
Just do it.
Just do it. Come on.
All right. Now, okay, so Ben, you're gonna help me out. Can we do our own little thing then? Can we make our own little thing for tonight?
Conspiracy master.
Ben, you could be taker.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, Ben, you're taker, I guess, and I get to be HBK.
Yeah. Yep. So.
All right.
Yeah, I put you down, and I'll put you down again, because this is all about respect. Respect for my career.
I didn't come at you simply because of respect. I never came at any of you because of respect. That's what GGP wanted to see the entire time.
That's as good as Rob's.
It was
Rob's got
good.
the other one.
Does
This is
he?
really good. Rob's is good when he does him and Perry. It's the best.
That's all GGP wanted to see.
It was good. It's excellent. It's probably the best Shawn Michaels I've ever heard, to be honest with you. Sean, why did you block me on Twitter?
Oh, that was awesome.
Because you showed me no respect. None.
Oh,
So
shit.
you get a headache when you do that?
I was going to say.
It's worth it.
He's
I'm
got,
pretty numb right now. So I'm probably not going to feel it.
they want to know, is HBK really cross-eyed? Go back and watch Raw last night.
Where you? You've been watching wrestling over the past 10 years?
You can get at him at Dead No Save on Twitter. Let him know what you guys want to see in the Horror Junkyard. Also, I believe Horror Junkyard at protonmail.com.
Fuck yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. And they're taking show suggestions. I know people have been throwing stuff at him. So if you're a list of D-list horror stuff, the more obscure, the better for them. That's what they're looking for, not necessarily The Shining or anything along those lines. They're looking for rare and hard to find. So if that's your bag, hit them up at Dead No Save, at Horror Junkyard at Proton Mail, and support them. The new shirts are probably coming, I'm sure, as the Horror Junkyard blows up here at ProWrestlingTees.com/SEG shirts. SEG for Sal E. Graziano. Anything else, Sally, I missed there, buddy?
No, not at all, man.
Cool, man. And he's got his Fire Pro too, so you guys can hit him up to play online.
Yeah,
What's your gamer
I'm
name
fucking
there?
awful
Do you
with
want to give
that,
that out
so-
or no?
Was it Ordo F and Monstrum, right? That was the
Ordo
I
F
think
and
so.
Monstrum. Yeah.
You really are like the Stacks of self-promoting, dude. I swear to God. You're horrible.
You know what? I don't
I
think
got 'em
about
covered.
this shit
I
at
got
all. Like I don't. I really don't.
Well, I mean, now you're the big time producer. You got to get your go home rap going all
See,
the
but
all the time.
I let fucking Jamie and Chuck, Kat, like they handle all that shit. They tell me everything. I'm just like, cool. All right, I'm out. All right, cool. I'm out, guys. Look, thanks. Great show. And I leave.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to seeing many more Shawn Michaels impressions in the future and seeing all the great numbers that you guys do. Yeah,
Oh,
it's just like
just
we're in
for a
the
heads up.
shower again.
I was hanging out with Chuck and Jamie, friends of mine, over the weekend, and yeah, pal, happens every 4 seconds.
Does it?
It fucking happens every 4 seconds of we're sitting there talking and okay, well, yeah, oh yeah, pal. Like no matter where you are, like it just comes out now. And it's like,
Maybe we have jumped the shark with it. I'm gonna have to work on a new, or I'll go back to Reagan, or I'll have to go back to Clinton or something.
But yeah, pal.
Vince is.
I wish I was touching that girl's breast on the side right now. Steve Areno, what's going down, man? I hope you're feeling better.
All right. First and foremost, I do listen to the show. I text Sal as soon as I started listening to the show, and then quickly after that, here comes the old jokes.
Yeah.
Right after that on me
Now,
on episode
there
1.
was no old joke. No, this is a Mandela effect. There was no old joke at you. Okay, it was said it was a Scooby-Doo joke that I said Stevie was the caretaker, and then Chuck said Old Man Richards. There was no.
Yeah.
There
There's
was
a couple old jokes after that.
Oh, stop it!
That's all right. And then Social Security number 1.
Well, that was good. Everybody passed up
was a
on
good
that.
one.
No,
No, I
nobody put
did.
that.
I remembered it for 3 hours. So stuck with me like a knife in my ribs. So I do have a question for Sal. This is hard junkyard stuff. I recall when I was not a kid, but like early in my teenage years, watching a horror movie where this figure, like, it looked kind of like just, the mutant looking son that's huge, which back then in the 80s they always had. Right. That was the big burly killer guy, and then you had the mom and the dad and the brother and a whole family of psychos. Right. I remember, and I think the name of the movie was either Happy Mother's Day or Happy Valentine's Day. I just remember the guy, they were all eating breakfast, and this guy puts a fucking big laundry bucket on the thing and pours Captain Crunch in it, and he's eating Captain Crunch out of the big laundry bucket, and that always stuck with me and popped me.
That was Mother's Day.
There you
go. Mother's Day.
I would like for you to review Mother's Day.
Oh, that was actually
that's
Charles
like an E-list movie. That's not even D.
Charles Kaufman, who is Lloyd Kaufman's brother, he did that movie.
Excellent.
Oh, I know that guy because my friends in Ohio who do a lot of, they did a
Trauma.
lot of independent. Yeah, no, my friend Larry. Oh God, I can't remember his name. Larry and Aaron were filmmakers out in Ohio. I think they still are. And that guy would go and work some of their independent films that they would create.
Yeah, Lloyd Kaufman does a lot. He's the master. That guy's fucking amazing.
Cool. See, he knew right off the bat.
Yeah, dude, he's wired, man. That's a whole bag that I'm not even remotely in kindergarten level talking about that shit. So I just shut up.
More like Russo with horror movies.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
Russo does
exactly.
the conspiracies.
Question.
Yeah.
Did he do his homework and look up the Franklin cover-up scandal? Did he sell it? What happened?
No, he
anything,
didn't say he's enamored. He just had his grandchild.
His
was just
grandkid.
born.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't wanna-
watch
you don't wanna
that
fucking-
movie while you're holding your grand.
Yeah, I was gonna say
No,
right
dude.
after you put that all over. How lucky am I to have my grandchild? And then he's gonna watch this and put a gun in his mouth. You know, fucking that's ridiculous.
I didn't know he had his grandchild. I didn't know.
Come on.
Yeah.
Just asking.
So
Well,
you-
congratulations to Grandpa Vince.
Yeah, man, he's happy. And then he had to watch 5 hours of wrestling, and that ruined that. So, Stevie, what's up with the bands, bro?
The rubber bands. Yes. The 12-week resistance band training program at StevieRichardsFitness.com. We had a couple sales earlier, so they're steadily increasing, and just really, really happy with people getting the results. And more, just like the Horsemen, there's people buying it from Australia, Scotland,
Yeah.
England, a lot of overseas sales, which is really, really good. Not yet. I don't think they have internet. They have vortexes, but not internet. But yeah, it's really cool. It's really, really cool to see sales like that and communicating with people all over the world. You can go there. It's a 12-week resistance band training program, the most affordable, accessible workout program out there. Direct email support with me. Closed Facebook group. The community posts every day, so it's really, really cool. I have a new commercial I'm creating, actually using a piece of software called Doodly, not Diddly, but Doodly. So it's going to be that kind of an infomercial type sketch where the hand draws the figures and tells a story. So I'm going to give that a shot too, and more cinematic footage coming. We're going to shoot some stuff this weekend, so that'll be cool. Outside of that, just follow me at Stevie Richards on Instagram, at BWStevie on Twitter, ProWrestlingTees.com/Stevie Richards. No wrestling bookings because my career is probably over. So see you guys later. Bump cards filled up.
All right, punched it out. Well, I can always use another manager. What's up?
Real quick. Can HBK say Antarctica?
No, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Why would he say Antarctica?
Yeah, he's
He'd
not your
never
little
have
one.
to go to Antarctica. He's not over in Antarctica.
Yeah.
And he's definitely not over in Antarctica.
I will be with Dynasty on the 29th of September in Westmoreland, New York. Muhammad Hassan returning there, so get your tickets now for that. Dynasty fans, we'll see if any of the other Horsemen are going to be in there and have my back. But if not, maybe I'll do a little sneak attack myself, go on the offensive while I wait for them to come to me. I'm the champ, but it doesn't mean I'm sitting on the sidelines. I'll always be happy to run in and beat the shit out of somebody with the flag. And then pretty much working Mark job and doing everything for you guys here at hackerhameen.podbean.com. Appreciate it. Got a couple sales during All In from Pro Wrestling Tees using that code. So thanks, guys, for representing us out there. A couple good ribs. I liked when Adam Rivera and I think it was William Alessia actually put Disco on the spot, and put his old disco balls to the fire, and he was sweating there for a minute when the Horsemen were mentioned during his thing. So once again, we steal the spotlight no matter where we go because Hameen Army, Hameen Media over Strong Infidels. You can follow me at bin_Hameen on Twitter, at Hacker Hameen on Instagram if you want to see all the $5 face slaps. You know where it is, ProWrestlingTees.com/BinHameen/Schneider. You can always get the best Schneider shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com. It's been a good time, but we got to disappear, Infidels. We're going down with the ship no matter what. There's going to be no survivors here and nothing for you to tell a tale about because you heard the truth, but don't ever forget it here on the Conspiracy Horsemen. YOLO!